I work at the University Planning Office, and one of our products is the Harvard Interactive Map that you get at map.harvard.edu. And I just wanted to mention, since the map's been officially operating for about 7 months now, give or take, I want to mention a couple of things that you can do with it. First of all, very simply, link to it. You can always, if you've got a place at Harvard that you want to highlight, put a map, here's where we are. You can just put map.harvard.edu in a link, and that would be fine, but you should know that there is actually an API that you can use to specify where to center the map in terms of the coordinates, how close to zoom in, and you can also control the different layers in the map that are visible on the map, all from a URL. To get to that just on the map, there's a link button, much like Google, shameless copy on my part, which will give you the information you need. You just copy it and paste it into your own website. You don't have to have all of these things. You can use one or more of them depending on what you actually want to see. Or you can embed it. You use basically the same URL that you would have got off the link button on the map. Unlike Google, I don't compose the iframe statement for you, because you probably want to figure out what your own size is and everything else, but the key is that you use the same URL as your source statement for your embedding. So the other difference is that map.htm would be your target. This is the map without the frame, without the title block, without the layer control, just has a zoom. So it's an unadorned map if you just want to show your stuff and you don't want to open it up to a map. And the URL, there's a demo you can look at. The URL is at the bottom of the screen. We'll move right along. You can mash it up with other maps. There are APIs. This is an ArcGIS server product. And what you may not realize is that the map that you see is actually not just a map. It's a series of map services. So you can choose among those map services for your application. The ArcGIS server recognizes a number of different APIs. There's JavaScript. There's a special API to mash it up with Google Maps. There's the Flex API, Silverlight, or the Open Geospatial Consortium's WMS format, which is kind of a generic one. What's shown here in the splat is actually a mashup from ArcGIS.com that was mentioned earlier, using an OpenStreetSpace map and the Harvard University Public Safety layer. You can put together your own thing. And there's a string here, which actually is this is a template for generating a link to Google Earth image. In order to do a mashup, it's helpful to know a little bit more about what's going on under the hood. Basically, there is a info available online from the server that will give you the information in terms of what the names of layers are, what the geometry is, coordinate systems, the different fields that you have access to, and so forth. The link to get into that is shown at the top of the slide. I assume the slides are going to be out there on the...
Do you have to publish your slides?
On the group website.
Yeah.
Okay. And finally, you can rest it. You don't have to get just map images from the server. There is a whole REST API that is available for these ArcGIS services. The documentation you can find on the link below. You can get map images. You can also request specific feature geometry. You can do queries against the attributes on the map. This is getting a little bit beyond just interactive mapping, and now you have a little bit more in the way of querying capability. Not quite GIS, but getting there. And that's it. The one bonus thing that I'll add that I don't have a slide for is that there is an API for the map search database if you're interested in being able to query for a location in Harvard. Basically, it's a gazetteer that I have maintained that's used by the search function on the map, contact me. I'd be happy to introduce you to how you can pull information. So if you want to, for whatever reason, get some kind of information out of just the name search of places at Harvard. Okay?